Hello everyone, welcome to Tia's Natural Soaps and All Things Pampered. Today I am making some scoopable wax melts. And I do make a lot of candles and I do the wax melts with the clamshells. But this time I will be doing my soy wax. I have 8 ounces of soy wax melting here on the stove. And then I'm going to add 8 ounces of coconut oil. Once these waxes are melted together, I'm going to melt the soy wax first. I'm going to add the 8 ounces of coconut oil. And then once the oil heats up at a certain degree, I'll let it cool down to about 170 degrees. And I will stir in my fragrance. And my fragrance I'm using today is pumpkin spice. And will be my first attempt, so this is going to be just a sample so I can see how it works. Once the wax is melted at a certain degree, I will pour it inside this. This is a plastic container, so you want to make sure your wax cools down to maybe 130, something like that, 25 degrees Fahrenheit, because you don't want to melt your container. So please don't pour it tight if you while it's really hot. If you're pouring it in like a glass jar, it could be a little bit different. And this is the coconut oil I'm going to be adding to my wax. So once they get melted, I'll let you know this is my pumpkin spice from Brambleberry. It smells really yummy. So let's start checking on the wax, see how that's doing. Here's my wax almost melted. I'm going to give this a quick stir. Melting pretty good. I'm going to weigh out my coconut oil. While I'm weighing out my coconut oil, I did add some dark orange dye here. And this orange wax dye is from Hearts and Crafts. And they're located in Brooklyn, New York. Okay, I got my coconut oil weighed out, and it's actually 8.2 ounces, and I'm not even going to scoop that out. So I have my wax here. I put my orange dye in here. You can see that. I might add a little bit more of the orange dye, because this is going to be pumpkin spice. Maybe I put pieces of brown in here to make it darker. Sorry guys, I'm working with one hand while I'm filming. I usually put it on a tripod, but I didn't do it today. So I'm going to add my coconut oil. Okay, it wasn't dark enough, the dark orange, so I add a few chips of brown wax melts so you can see the difference between the colors. So this is brown. So I turned off the stove. Let me take this off the thing. So I'm going to let this cool down to about 170 degrees Fahrenheit. And once it gets down to 170 degrees, I will add in my scent. You don't want to do it at, right now it's reading 212. You don't want to do it at too hot because it will burn off. If you add your scent when the wax is too hot, it'll burn off your scent. So when you go to use your candle or your wax melt, whatever you make, the smell is not as strong. I'm going to let this get down to, like I said, 170 degrees, maybe 165, and I'll add my pumpkin spice scent into the soap. I'm sorry, not soap, candle wax. I'm getting confused because I make a lot of soaps. So my candle wax. Okay, we're getting there at the cooling point. I'm going to stir this. This helps cools it off, and it also whips it up. You can take a whisker and you can whip this, or use this wooden stick, and it'll make it fluffy. But it has to be cooled off a little bit more before you see it. But it was at 218. Now we're at 173. So let it go down about 3 to 5 more degrees. Then I'll add the fragrance. Okay, this is down to 166. So I'm going to pour the fragrance in here. And then once you pour your fragrance, you stir it about 2 minutes. So you want to get it well incorporated in the wax. Because you don't want to have pockets of fragrance and it's not incorporated. So you stir this about 2 minutes. 11, 12, 13, 14.